Well, hello there and welcome back to our lovely quizzes. I hope you enjoyed the first one. If you haven't, make sure that you go and check out our lovely 7 of 9 quiz. And I do see that quite a few of you did, so thank you very much. As you know, the game is very, very simple. You just put your score into the comments and it's as simple as that. And if you're being honest, that's fantastic. If you're being dishonest, quite frankly, we have no way of knowing. I tried to do a bit of a balance of the questions. We do a little bit of difficult, a little bit of easy, and a little bit of like, if you know this, you probably need to stop stalking Jerry Ryan. Let's head back, will we?
TrekCulture's Quiz Continuum!
We are going to switch from characters to ships this time. So quite frankly, if the Trek Yards boys are playing, we expect them to get top marks. We're going to cover the Enterprise D. This is still very much a work in progress. We are very much trying to figure out what these quizzes look like, what you enjoy the most, and we thought we're going to go with some of the most popular Star Trek things ever for the first few quizzes. 7 of 9 we did for the first episode. A lot of fun, a lot of people engaged. Enterprise D for the second episode. It's probably the most famous ship in all of Star Trek, bar, of course, the original Enterprise. I think you're all probably ready for me to just go right ahead and start the quiz. Shall we? Question 1. In which year was the Enterprise D launched? Was it A, 2359? Was it B, 2360? Was it C, 2362? Or was it D, 2363? Now let's start that countdown clock. Although there is a little bit of uncertainty as to when the actual keel was first laid down, if you like, for the Enterprise D, the launch date was D, 2363. It corresponds with Encounter at Farpoint. Encounter at Farpoint, as we all remember, is the single greatest episode of Star Trek ever made. After Shades of Grey, of course. Shall we go on to question 2? Who gave command of the Enterprise D to Captain Jean-Luc Picard? Was it A, Vice Admiral Nakamura? Was it B, Admiral Kennelly? Was it C, Vice Admiral Nora Sati? Or was it D, Admiral Pressman? You have 10 seconds. Well, long before she was trying to find all of the enemies of Starfleet from without and within, Vice Admiral Nora Sati was giving command of the Enterprise D to Jean-Luc Picard. Question 3. How many decks does the Enterprise D have? Is it A, 42? Is it B, 43? Is it C, 44? Or is it D, 45? Let's start the countdown. The answer for this one is A, 42 decks, which becomes even funnier when you rewatch Star Trek V: The Final Frontier, because it's said that a refit Constitution class ship can have upwards of 70 decks, so we're not really sure what they're measuring as a deck in those ships if a Galaxy class starship, which is a little bit bigger, has only 42 decks. But the correct answer for this one is A, 42. Question 4. What was the original registry number for the Enterprise D? Was it A, 1701G? Was it B, 17017? Was it C, 1701E? Or was it D, 17018? Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home plays a big role as to how the Enterprise D got her registration number, because in the early stages of drafting the Next Generation, she was going to be 17017, the correct answer here being B. However, when the Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home introduced the Enterprise A at the end, that changed everything. Thus, the Enterprise D gained its registry. Question 5. What was the name of the Enterprise D's captain's yacht? Is it A, the Aero Shuttle? Is it B, the Cousteau? Is it C, the Calypso? Or is it D, the Corvette? You've got 10 seconds. The answer here is C, Calypso. The Cousteau is the captain's yacht of the Enterprise E. The Aero Shuttle sat underside Voyager's saucer section for all 7 years, and we just never saw it. And a Corvette is both a Vulcan ship and also a type of car. So probably wasn't that one. Question 6. Prior to its destruction, how many captains officially commanded the Enterprise D? Is it A, 2? Is it B, 3? Is it C, 4? Or is it D, 5? 10 seconds on the clock. While several people have taken command of the ship in an emergency situation, there were only 3 official commanders of the Enterprise D in her time, making the correct answer B, 3. So of course you had Captain Jean-Luc Picard. With the incident with the Borg, you had the promotion of an official transfer of command to Captain William T. Riker. And then of course in the episode's chain of command, Captain Edward Jellicoe took command of the Enterprise D. Now for those of you going, what about Beverly Crusher? Yes, she did take command in an emergency situation, but it wasn't an official handover of control. Same with Data in the episode's Gambit as well. Question 7. How many times was the Sorcerer Separation procedure shown on screen? Is it A, 1? Is it B, 2? Is it C, 3? Or is it D, 4? You got 10 seconds. One of the most exciting things about the Galaxy-class ship was its ability to separate its saucer section, something the Constitution-class had been able to do, but, budgets were never going to allow that. So, 4 times, D, 4 times, we saw the saucer separation on screen. Of course, we saw it in Encounter at Farpoint, then again in the Arsenal of Freedom. We saw it in The Best of Both Worlds Part 2, and finally, we saw it in Star Trek Generations. Question 8. How many days did the Enterprise D spend in the temporal causality loop located near the Typhon Expanse? Is it A, 16.6, B, 17.4, C, 18.1, or D, 19.5? Count it down. When they manage to undo this temporal loop and the Enterprise D and the Bozeman are sitting there in space, they discover that the ship's chronometers are off by B, 17.4 days. Now that's bad enough for the Enterprise D. It was a little bit worse for the Bozeman. Question 9. What shield modulation were the Duras sisters able to obtain in Star Trek Generations? Was it A, 348.6? Was it B, 592.7? Was it C, 257.4? Or was it D, 123.5? Count it down. Their shields are operating on a modulation of 257.4. Adjust our torpedo frequency to match 257.4. Sorry, it's like one of my favorite lines of the film. The answer is C, 257.4. Now, final question. Once the saucer section was recovered from Veridian 3, what other ship was the Enterprise D merged with at the Fleet Museum? Was it A, the USS Odyssey? Was it B, the USS Venture? Was it C, the USS Syracuse? Or was it D, the USS Santa Maria? Count it down. Well, at the end of the episode, Voq's jaws started to drop as those hangar bay doors opened and we saw the Galaxy class in all of her glory. For those of us wondering, where the heck did they get the drive section from? C, the USS Syracuse donated her bum to the Enterprise D, giving us this beautiful, beautiful ship back.
TrekCulture's Quiz Continuum!
How did you get on with this quiz? Let us know by dropping your total correct answers into the comments below. I'm going to say that this was a tricky quiz, so I'm going to keep it at 5 correct answers, gives you a passing mark on this quiz, okay? 5. Sometimes it'll be a higher number. Probably shouldn't go lower, because then I'm just being mean. But well done everyone who got more than 5, and for everyone who got under 5, it's absolutely fine. Watch a little bit more Star Trek, have a little bit more fun. So you're wonderful, you're awesome. Like I said last time, and I'm going to say it again, if you would like to suggest a quiz, pop us a message on social media, put the hashtag TrekCultureQuiz into your message and we will be able to see that, and you will be able to suggest your own quiz topics going forward. I'm really looking forward to seeing the suggestions that come out. You are all awesome and wonderful and fun. I'm going to scoot. Live long and prosper, everyone. Thanks very much.